On this episode, we're talking about some common problems you might have with your hot tub and how to troubleshoot them. So there are 5 common problems you could have with your hot tub, and we're going to teach you how to troubleshoot them, but if you're unsure, I recommend you hire a professional. So number 1 is that your hot tub won't heat properly. So why is that? Well, it simply could be your heater element. If that's not the problem, it could be low flow from your pump, and if so, either one of those, you're going to have to replace them. And again, if you're unsure on how to replace them yourself, please hire a professional. Number 2 is that your jets are not working properly. This could be because most hot tubs have adjustable jets, and all you have to do is turn them one way or another to open them all the way or close them all the way. So just make sure that they're open all the way. Now, if you're just refilling your hot tub, chances are you might have an airlock. And if that's the case, you can pull off the front panel and adjust the 2 unions on your pump and just let a little air out. Now, if you're unsure about how to do this, my friend Dan from poolandspa.com has an excellent video on this, and I'll link to it in the description below. Number 3 is that your control panel on your hot tub might be displaying an error code. And there are really 5 common error codes you might run into. The first one being flow, or FLC, which is when you have improper flow going through your hot tub. The first thing I would do in this case is to check to make sure that your hot tub is filled at the proper level, and also make sure that your filters inside your hot tub are clean, or if they're kind of getting old, it's time to replace them. Other than that, it could be your pump itself, but really those are the first 2 things you can check before you start to think that it's your pump. Another error code is OH, which stands for overheating. If your hot tub overheats to over 108 degrees Fahrenheit, you may have a problem with your temp sensor, but if it's cooler than 108 but still reading 108, it might be your high limit sensor that's also malfunctioning. DR, or dry, is another common error code you might find, which is similar to flow, meaning that there's not enough water getting to your heater element. And the first thing you can check is to make sure your water level is at the proper level, and you can make sure that your filters are clean, or if not, need to be replaced. If you suspect anything else, I would suggest hiring a professional in this case. Cool is another error code you might run into, and that's very simply when your actual water temperature is 20 degrees below where you set your hot tub temperature at. And to solve this problem, you can just add your hot tub cover on and let it heat up. SNA or SNB are some other codes, meaning that sensor A or sensor B has gone bad. Now, you can check those 2 sensors that are attached to the circuit board to see if they're bad, but if they're good, it might be the entire circuit board itself. Again, if you're unsure, just hire a professional and they'll take care of it ASAP. So those are the error codes, and if you want a list of more error codes, I'll link to the description below from our friends at thespadepot.com. Number 4 is your pump is making some weirdly loud noises, and that's usually a sign that the bearings in your motor are going bad and the motor is about to seize. In this case, you can get the motor replaced, you can get the bearings fixed, but it actually can end up costing you just as much as getting an entire new pump. So I recommend just getting a brand new pump for your hot tub. Lastly, number 5 is that your GFCI breaker keeps tripping. Now, in order to find the problem, because it could be a number of things like your heater element, your ozonator, your pump, or even your air blower, you just unplug all of them and make sure that the breaker's off, and then plug just one of them back in one at a time and flip your breaker on to see if it trips. If it trips, then you know that's the case. Now, for your heater element, if you've plugged all of the units back in and the breaker still trips, then it's probably your heater element and you need to get that replaced. And this is one of those cases where, since you're dealing with water and electric, I would absolutely hire a professional if you're unsure. Bonus tip! Today's bonus tip is brought to you by the Hot Tub Handbook, which is a downloadable, illustrated guide that I created all about hot tub maintenance. You can get your copy by going to swimuniversity.com/handbook. Now, today's bonus tip is all about water care, because water care and filter care will actually help solve a lot of these common hot tub problems. So just make sure that your water has good pH, good alkalinity, and good sanitizer, meaning that your pH is between 7.4 and 7.6, your alkalinity between 80 and 120 parts per million, and make sure that you have plenty of sanitizer in your water. Also, make sure that you rinse your filters at least once a week and use a filter cleaner at least once a month. And if they need to be replaced, replace your filters. You can also go to swimuniversity.com for more information. And if you're on YouTube, just click subscribe so you can get a new video like this every week. That's it. Thanks again and happy soaking.